that's, and it still isn't,
No.
but things have changed a little bit.
Right.
But you can go ahead. You can go ahead with your point of the story and why it resonated with you, or hit a spot or whatever. Sorry, I hurt his feelings though.
I did. Don't have your feelings hurt. So yeah, so that was like a punch in my gut there, because when you just meet somebody and it just sort of feels right. It's like when you really care for somebody, and even though we didn't know each other, like you said earlier, you were looking for people that were like-minded or like you, and I really felt that we were alike. It was almost like we were just like separated at birth, or we're long lost, whatever. Like we felt that we really resonated with one another. And when I heard you, and I cared about you. I don't know how it happened, but I cared about you, and it happened. And it happened just because it's nice to care about other people, and it was very easy to care about you. And when you said those words, I just couldn't believe those words. I couldn't believe those words. And I remember saying something along the lines of, "No, you can't just like admit defeat. That's all there is in life. Like this is the opportunity. Like this is the way we're gonna change it. This is how we're gonna alter all of that. This is the big thing." And then I remember you were like, yeah, whatever, kind of like thing. And then we started going down working on this business. And I remember your first paycheck that came in, and it wasn't. And believe me, people on here, this is not about money. This topic, although there's some dollars going to be said, this is not what this is about. What this is about, I just want to touch on this before I say that. This is about something bigger than that. If you can imagine that there's something bigger out there than money, this is what this is about. And this is why it's so special with me, because Amber, you're so special. And I can remember the first time I phoned you to ask you, it was payday with this company. And I remember phoning to ask you, and you had posted on Facebook, and this is public knowledge. You posted, "Oh my goodness, my side business wanted me to be able to go on 2 week vacation," something along those lines, take my kids on a 2 week vacation. And I immediately reached out to you because I was like, "Oh my goodness, like how much was her check?" Because I know my vacations cost me like $5,000, 6,000 with my daughter taking them to Hawaii and stuff. And I was like, "How much is your paycheck?" And you had said, "Shane, oh my goodness, I can't believe this. My company, I can't believe my paycheck. It was $700. Is that not correct? Was it 700?
I think 800, which my vacation was a few nights at a like down the road and fishing, like because my kids
Yes.
like to fish, so it wasn't high. But to be able to take off work when you don't get paid vacations because you work for yourself, and pay for like a hotel, and pay for food, and pay for gas, like that was a big deal. In the past, I took vacations and I was like, "Well, I just lost a week of work, not working. So now we have to stay at home, kids. But I can, be at home with you," which was good.
Yeah.
That I could even do that. But then, like now, we can do stuff, And so, yeah, that was my first paycheck. My first paycheck, I was expecting $100, not
Right.
800.
And so that's
Yeah.
winning. Would you say that that's not spinning your wheels anymore, and that's getting paid, relative to your effort put in fairly?
Yeah, it is. And like I said, before, it's not about money. Hey, hang on. Will you go back there with Carson? I'll give you $5.
Oh, it's not about money, is it? Now you're chucking away $5 at a time to your kids, huh? Look at that.
Whatever works. Yeah, I'll give you 5. 10 if you stay back there through the video. Pinky promise. Hey, I used to not be able to do that.
There you go. So
Okay.
So we know that this isn't about the money, but so there was something more than that, though. That was, you're able to spend time with your kids, with your sons, doing something that they loved. Take time off of work to do that, and it afforded you that time, which is what we're all working for in the first place. We're working for our time. That's what we're working for. We're trading time for dollars, and we're working for more of our time. So, but I also remember something bigger than that. And here's the thing that really this is about, and this is what I hold so, which makes you single-handedly, and the masses like you, make me know for a fact and solidify that what we have in front of us actually is working, and it's working. You had said the words. You had said yes, it was $700, but you had said that you went and you made your last payment on your trailer. You went and made your last payment on your trailer, and that not only that, that the next day you were going to look at ranchers. You said. So, and what that meant to me was, and again, this is nothing about the money. Here we have a person that in the past had said those words. I've always been poor, always known poor. I'm always probably going to be poor. It basically discounted that that's all that life there was out there for life. Work hard, raise your kids, and struggle, right? Struggle, paycheck to paycheck, like so many people are. But there you were unable to dream really at that time. And then all of a sudden those words came out of your mouth. It wasn't the, I made my last payment on my trailer. What hit me hard was, and made me realize things is when you said, and tomorrow I'm going to look at ranchers. Even the sheer ability to dream of something bigger, something more grand for yourself, that there, my dear, made me realize single-handedly with your words, made me realize that I need to tell the masses about this and what it is that we're doing. Because if I can change one person's mindset, and if you can change one person's mindset from accepting where they're at to dreaming about more, that's what this is about. That to me is what this is all about. And it's about loving people, which it really, I can look back like it's a movie. It's almost like a replay. And I realize, how did we meet in the first place? It was just genuine loving on each other. It was just love. We resonated with one another. We enjoyed one another. We genuinely developed a relationship and friendship, and gave each other our time and energy. And really, that's just really all that love is, really. And things grew from there. And everything that happened as a result of that is like, I can pinch myself. I need to pinch myself. And so to have you do what you did, and solidify, like really solidify that, you know what, anybody can do what we're doing. And if they're not reaching out to us like Amber did to me, I recommend that you do, reach out to Amber and ask what she's doing, because she's doing something simple. Would you agree that this is simple, Amber?
Oh my gosh, it's so easy. Yeah, and looking back, I'm almost kind of like, what if I hadn't have reached out to you that night? Like you weren't telling people, you weren't telling the world, and not that you were doing it for like selfish reasons. Because I mean, I hold back too. I try not to just I don't want to be that person just throwing things in people's face, but like we're almost being selfish by not giving the people the opportunity to join us or be a part of it. And I know there's hundreds of things out there that people are constantly trying to push down your throat or get you to join. And this is so different. Like watching the webinar today, it's just so simple. It's so easy. It's so duplicatable. And I love the fact that anybody can do it. Like, don't get me wrong. I believe in, the calls, the Zooms, the webinars. I believe in showing up to events. I believe in connecting with your teammates and uplines. If I hadn't connected with you and so many times, I would have been one of the ones kind of maybe left behind or whatever. But I do believe in all that, but I also believe in, for people like me that can be stubborn and not follow directions and not follow, you know what I mean? And do it by guidelines or the plays that work, that you can still do it. You can still do it. It's as easy as telling them about the cute shoes that you're wearing. It's that easy. It's just so simple, because I've talked about it before. I mean, we could go on about all the benefits of it, but just be happy first. Be happy. And I wake up every day and I fix my cup of coffee and I start my day off happy, and it's that simple, that I don't know, it's overwhelming just to know that I felt so defeated this time a year ago, and now I don't feel defeated, and I don't feel like I'm having to drag people, push people, pull people, or anything like that. I just feel like I was talking to a teammate earlier. I'm just connecting with like-minded people with, and that want the same thing, that's it. Yeah. And it's so simple. It is so simple. Everybody makes it complicated. And I told a teammate not long ago. She's new at this and really never done anything like this before. And I told her, I said, don't stress, don't complicate it. People defeat themselves before they even get started. Don't. I was like, just be excited and share and let us do the work. Let us.
Yeah.
Just, you got a question, just don't even try to find the answer. Just say, ask my friend Amber.
So
ask my friend Shaq.
yeah, so it is simple. It's just loving on other people. People genuinely want to do it anyways. People genuinely want to help. If somebody was walking down the street and there was a lady or a man beside you and something dropped out of their grocery bag, wouldn't you just reach down and pick it up for the person? You would. It's our natural behavior to help other people. So why is it that all of a sudden if we have something to help somebody that people get all weirded out by it? We shouldn't, right? So it's just it's our natural behavior. Psychology says that people want to help. You know, if a little boy falls down or a little girl falls down in front of you, wouldn't you like, are you okay? You would, right? But what would you say to the people that have tried I know we're not multi-level marketing company but we are relationship marketing people. What would you say to people who've tried something like this before and it didn't work out for them? What would you say to them? Because we both did. We both tried something and it wasn't working out, and we were spinning our wheels, saying, "Oh, that's like." And I'm steadfast, stubborn. I would have, if I didn't get a phone call from my friend Ricky, I would still be with that other company, and I'd still be spinning my wheels, burning myself out into the ground because I'm so stubborn. I'd prove that it was going to work. And so what do you say to those people who've tried and then quit? Like, oh, no, I tried that once. I failed. It's not for me. What do you say about those people, about what we're at now?
Yeah. Well, I have been that person. I've been you, because I am one that once I get to a certain point and I have other people dependent on me, I don't like to give up. And I'm stubborn and I want to prove that it's going to work. But I've also been that person that's kind of dabbled a little bit and never really got into it too much, but I didn't have people really counting on me. And I'm like, oh, like I don't have time for this, like I'm kind of instant gratification. Like I want to see results fast. And then once I start seeing it, then, and even if it's small, I'm going to stick it out, and that's what I did before. And it was so frustrating. And I tell people that this is totally different because I've done both. I've kind of dabbled and I really gave it my heart and soul. And I would rather dabble really and just get out. And that way nobody's depending on you or you don't feel like you're letting people down. But when you give something your heart and soul and you can't succeed, I mean, I never want to do anything else after that. Like I just want to go back to just doing hair every day. And I didn't want to get into anything else. And for whatever reason, I did this and this company. And I'm not saying I can retire from doing hair. I'm not saying that. But it does give me hope that there's more to going into a job and, clocking in, clocking out or whatever, me just showing up and, I could have 6 people on the books one day and half of them cancel. What does that do to your pay? Or not cancel, just not show up, Yeah. And like I had this talk with my grandmother last night, because I had a huge day yesterday and I'm going to cry because, it's not a huge, rank or level in the company, but it's something I've worked for since April.
You want to bring this up. You want to brag.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Last night I was telling my granny, and now she's almost 80 years old, and she's tried every product that I've ever tried, from makeup to whatever. And I was telling her about it, and I was trying to explain to my kids why it's so important for me to finish the call with you and Marsha last night. And I was like, I'm not just out there chatting with my friends about what we're going to do later. I was like, this is business, and it's something I worked hard for, and and when I explained to her what yesterday meant, she looked at my oldest child and was like, you need to calm down and like give your mom a minute to finish what she's doing because this is work. And you have to think about it. What if she were to have to have neck surgery, because my neck kills me. That was a big issue earlier, Shane. I was like, oh man, my neck's got to feel better before. I mean, I carry a lot of tension because I'll stand like this for hours. I did a 10.5-hour day yesterday and, without, any downtime and, and I'm still pretty young. So in 10 years, what if I have to cut back? that used to scare me because I don't have retirement. I don't have, anything really. I work for myself, a small business owner. And, what happened yesterday, I mean, potentially that could, I could, Shane, honestly, I could live off of that. I could, if I had to. I mean, I'm not saying I'm going to quit my day job by any means, but what I did the month of November, I could very well survive if I had to. Not many people can do that. Not many people can get laid off work without any kind of backup plan, workman's comp or, any unemployment. I don't have unemployment, you know what I mean? But not many people could do that and know that their secondary income could keep them afloat. You know what I mean? I'd have to hustle a little harder, maybe. But, and that, to me, last night, that opened my eyes when my grandma said that. Like, I didn't think about it until she said that.
Right.
That's big.
Let's tell the viewers here a little bit about what did happen, okay? So, so you have been with me now here for 9 months, 10 months?
Yeah, a year, but I've worked it about 8 or 9 months.
Yeah, because you took you a little bit slow roller at the beginning, and you started here, and then now you're telling me that, well, first of all, I'm going to tell everybody that there are certain ranks in this company, and there's a bronze, there's a silver, there's a gold, there's a platinum, there's a diamond, there's a black diamond, there's a triple crown diamond, whatever, and it goes up from there, ambassador, and it goes up. But one of the huge things for me, Amber, was that you're a mother, again, a mother of two, a single mother of two, and you work hard, squeezing in your clients with hair and stuff and school and everything, and you're out being a normal single mother, or even just a mother or a single father, whatever, working hard, and you achieved the rank of platinum yesterday. And that's a big deal for everyone who's on the phone here, everyone's on their live. That's a big, big deal, because that isn't just any small little rank. That is now, you are now building a business and it's growing, and now you're a team leader, and you're actually doing this, and it's now like the second phase. Like, you were doing it before, but now you're doing. Now it's, wait a minute, if I can hit platinum, which we look up, it's like my daughter looking at the black belt, but one day I'm going to be there. Well, platinum is that sort of thing. It's that black belt, and it's like, man, now I got there. Now what's next? So congratulations on you and reaching that rank. It's more special than to me as well, because I feel like you're my child. I feel like we nurture, we raise, we wish, we hope, we wish well and want the best for, and you're doing it. You're really doing it, and it's incredible. And to hear you say, you know what, hear you dream again. Like, I hear more dreams. I'm not saying I'm gonna, but I could. I'm not saying I'm gonna quit whatever from my hair clients, but if something happened, I could. That's that kind of that scary part. Like, wait a minute, could I? And all you did was go out and use a simple system that anybody can do. I tell people I could teach a chimpanzee to do it. I really could. I drink coffee. Here, you drink some coffee. See if you like it. Basically, that's it. And so basically, that's it. I feel good. See if you feel good. It's kind of the way it is. And love on people. And look at what's happening to your life. Now where your dreams set. That's the interesting thing now where do we set our dreams now? And we're just average people. I am just an average person. I'm just a normal average person. That's all. I am no better, no smarter, I haven't been in this industry for a long period of time where I'm this veteran. We're just normal, average people. A simple system. And using that simple system that you don't even need to really train on, because we already are pre-programmed to love and care about other people anyways, to better our lives and better the lives of other people in the act of happiness. So if you're on here and you think that, I'm already happy, I don't need that coffee, but what if you could be happier? What if you could have a better quality of life? Wouldn't that interest you? And how much would it be worth for you to be interested? would a 6-day trial solidify it for you? Would you be willing to put your money on the table to say for 6 days at $30? Was it $30 plus $10 ship for $40 to see if 6 days you could feel any better than you do now? Like that's all it takes. That's really all it takes is try this coffee instead of the coffee you're already drinking and see where this coffee actually takes you. If you feel better, like $40, isn't it worth the experiment? I think it's worth the experiment and watch what happens to your life. It may or may not be for you, right? It may do really miracle things for you, or it may do things that are really good or miracle things. Who knows? But I can sure enough tell you this, it has been in my experience that this coffee does well more than an average coffee does. That's for sure. The stories that we hear. So simple, right? Ian Prather just popped on here, and he's one of the guys that allowed me to even be in this business. Thanks for popping on, Ian. Just waving at some people here. So would you say simple, life-changing? Has your life changed?
Yes, sir, I am still on the phone. Sorry.
Is your life changing? Is your life changing?
Yeah, most definitely. And I have this conversation every day. I don't even focus on everything that it does. Like I said, I wake up, I look forward to drinking my coffee. I have, this, because I've told you, I deal with like mild seasonal depression a little bit, anxiety, anxiety about doing a live video. But
I know. By the way, I had to basically grab her by the arm and put her on this video all the way from Vancouver, Canada, and she's Paducah, Kentucky.
Yeah.
And I'm like, come on, just do it. And this is all part of it. This is all part of the growth. So you look beautiful, by the way. Whatever other makeup you have at your house, she was worried because the makeup was gone, and she only had some other makeup. You look beautiful, by the way.
Work, yeah. Well, Saturday and after a busy week, especially yesterday, I stayed up till 3 a.m. just I was watching numbers till midnight, and then I was still messaging people after midnight, talking to teammates and making some banners for some other ranks and on our team and all that. So and then I literally laid down and I was listening to a little while back, Ian and Amy. I did this little thing where it was coaching on a live on live videos. This is funny, ironic that I'm doing one today, but I fell asleep listening to a little course I paid for on live videos. So I was literally up until I fell asleep. Still I was on fire, thinking about the business, thinking about the journey that we're on, thinking about the lives that we're changing. People that are just feeling better, people that are finally able to win and in a culture or whatever you want to call it, that has been so hard. Either you have that succeed or people that don't. There's never been a place for middle-class people like myself, and we have it. It's right here. And it's so like Robert said, I hate to be cliche, but it's, if the time is right, it's right. And it's right.
I disrupted you. You were talking about your moderate seasonal mood disorder and your anxiety. I got you off topic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So the coffee helps with that. I mean,
it helps
it's simple.
You. So it helps you.
Yeah.
That's your findings. You found, and of course, no medical claims here, but you found that when drinking the coffee, it is helping you with those two things. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Because living in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, where it basically gets dark at like 4 PM and it's rainy and it's miserable and it's gross. Most people are like, oh man, raining again? And I always say, is it? It's always sunny in my head, thanks to my happy coffee. Everyone's complaining about how dark it is and stuff here. So that's interesting to know that you're finding some benefits with that, with the coffee. So that's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, it helps with my cravings. It curbs my appetite. all that good stuff gives me energy and focus. But my main thing is I've always focused on trying to be happy, and it can be a struggle at times, there's always fake smiles and, everybody thinks like you're just happy and you have it together, and inside you're struggling, and not these days.
Well, look at you. You're like, again, look at what you do. You have your 2 boys and stuff. Now, by the way, Penny says you've got natural beauty. Deb says you're the sweetest thing ever. Valerie says, love these video chats. I am Prather popped on. Penny says, congratulations. Debbie says, way to go, girl. Jason Matson says your son's a hustler for hustling you for $5. So many people are on here commenting. So thank you for your comments, everybody. But let me talk about one maybe last thing. You never know. Might be not the last thing, but I know you've got to go. You mentioned that you were up late last night. You were doing this, doing that, and doing this. And it sounds like a lot of work for the viewers, right? It sounds like you're doing a lot of work. And let's face it, nobody wants a job. Nobody wants a second job. That's for sure. I tell people that this is not a job. This is not a job. This is just loving and caring on people where it fits in and sharing something that's worked for you with other people. We do it all day long. It's not a job by any means. And you need to know nothing. You don't need to go to school to figure it out. You don't need to go take a course, this or the other. You just need to drink coffee, see how you feel, and then introduce it to somebody else if you want to. But you said earlier, and you said,
let me clarify that. I was up late. Let me clarify that. I was up late, but part of that was adrenaline and excitement, like that. But I worked on my feet 10.5 hours. After that, I'm rounding up kids. We met my dad and ate dinner. We finally get home at 9:30, and I played 2 rounds of Monopoly and 3 rounds of Clue. So I did not work till 3 a.m. on coffee. I started at like 11, but that was scrolling Facebook, watching the ranks, congratulating other people. That was excitement. That wasn't work. That wasn't work.
But people on here are going to think that is a lot of work. So I just want to clarify with people. I want to clarify with people with your answers, so you can answer this to clarify. Because I know that a lot of people don't want to join this business because they don't think they have the time. They're too busy. They don't have the energy. I don't want another job. They don't want another job. And let's face it, I don't blame them because I don't want my first job. I don't want to work. I don't. Who does? We only work because we have to, is my opinion. But you just said a lot of things there that sounded like a lot of work. And I want to clarify to everybody on here that's not involved in the business, who's sitting back looking at and listening to what we've said. The reason why, but then you went back and you said the reason why you did do all that stuff is because you were excited. Now, for the viewers, I want to ask, when's the last time you were excited, that excited to stay up till 3 a.m.? You were so excited that you stayed up till 3 a.m. in the morning. You were that excited. And what's happening to your life? If you didn't have that type of excitement in your life, with your long day and your excitement kept her up, like that's amazing, right?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you the last time. The other night at like 7 o'clock, I was ready for bed. The next morning I woke up and I had to be out the door at 7 a.m. and be at work by 8. And